talk to you about. You've been in this industry, and you've been, in the travel industry for a bit, and hospitality and what have you. In the last 15 years, what have you seen kind of evolve and change? Like, how do you see the travel industry 15 years ago, and how do you see it today?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the possibilities, or what travelers see as the possibilities, have opened up a lot. Just take cruising, for example. I think 15 years ago, other kinds of cruising existed. But if you were to ask the average traveler, they would describe cruising as what we said, 3 days to the Bahamas, whatever. Now I think, river cruising, expedition cruising is more in the zeitgeist. And so people are more aware of it. So people feel they have more options, and they're more adventurous, I think, because they understand the options. And I also really think that, the era of the travel advisor is back. I think when I remember the first time I ever got to book a flight online, I was like, oh my God, I'm in the future. Like, what is happening here? Right. And now I'm just like, I don't want to do it. And I don't want to book it. I don't want to figure it out. I want someone else to figure it out for me. And I think that is the mindset, especially of, the up and coming generation. And so I think I love that. I think that the travel advisor has become, more important than ever maybe because the world feels so much more opened up and there is so much more awareness of what you can do. It makes the decisions and the planning that much harder. I don't know. Do you guys think the same?
Well, that's so. The next question, you just answered it, so I don't even need to ask it anymore. So let's just talk about it. But yeah, it's funny when I'm doing a lot of more networking, and I tell people, I'm like, oh, I'm a travel advisor, and they're like, you guys are still around, and I get that. But then I also get the clients are like, I don't have the energy. There's so much information out there. I try to do it on my own, and I'm bombarded with this flight or this, and I don't know what I want to do. What can you help me do? And I get a lot of, I didn't realize that. And I get a lot of, I don't have time, or like you said, there's just too much information. There's too many apps. There's too many decision making. I want to do this. My children want to do this. My wife wants to do this, and yeah, I think there is a huge rise of us coming back around again because maybe the online is so saturated, right? We don't know what to do or where to go. Yeah. And there's endless opportunities that I think that the regular people don't know about, and I talk to clients about expeditions are like, that happens? Like they don't, yeah. Like you said, and I'm like, yes, there's a whole world of expeditions that will take you that are not just your typical islands, especially in Miami. That's all. I mean, cruising is, I can go at any time. So you're right. I do see it evolve, and it's almost like a full circle.
Yeah. And I think, and now that I've been analyzing that, getting into this world, it's, like everything, there is like when it first comes out, like online travel, scheduling, it's a novelty, right? It's, oh my God, I'm in the future. But then when it becomes mass adoption, it becomes, because there's so much demand, it becomes almost cookie cutter, and it becomes almost like mass manufacturing, right?
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Ideas and trips. So then now everybody gets the same trip, right? Or AI is going to like give you something that they probably give somebody else. So it's like, I think having that human touch back into the equation makes it a little bit more personalized and a little bit more adventurous, because that person is going to seek the unusual, the not mass produced, right? So that's what I'm thinking, and that's, I'm so happy that you helped us transition to this question, because I find it interesting that struggle between technology and human travel advisors, and because I do get a sense though, a lot of the clients, they're like, it's almost like they challenge the travel advisor to say, oh wait, but I could find it cheaper.
I get that,
because they have the tools
all the time
to find it, right?
Right.
Like it's like you don't go to a dentist and say, oh no, I know how to clean this tooth better than you.
Right.
Because they don't have the tools to do it. But people, when they go travel and they go to a travel agent, they do have not the same tools, but they have tools to do it. And I feel like it's always a challenge, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to touch on something that you said. I do get that a lot. I'll put together a proposal and they're like, oh, but I found it here in this hotel here. And I'm like, great, you know, book it. You know, what you're not going to get is my personal touch. You're not going to get a phone call to me if your train is stuck. You're not going to get an upgrade. That's it, you know? And so I get that. I want luxury, but they don't want the extra touches, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what's happening now. I think a lot of people are like, okay, well, I don't want the cookie cutter. What can you offer me? And it's like that fine balance. But yeah, that touch of technology is like, but I found it here.
A lot of people want the filet mignon with a McDonald's budget.
There you go. Filet mignon with the McDonald's budget. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what everyone wants. And truly, like, your job is not just like booking a flight, booking a hotel. Your job is figuring out what kind of experience this person wants to have. Are they like a bucket list checker offer and they need to see all these things? Or are they someone that wants to do something different? They a museum fanatic, right? And then you have to figure out how to execute that. So, you know, I think it's like part counselor, part psychologist, part travel planner. There's a lot that goes into it, you know, and I agree about online it makes it so difficult because you can read, you know, 5 top 10 things to do in Italy, and they're all going to be different. And then people are going to freak out that they're missing something. And what if they can't put it on Instagram and FOMO? And you have to cut through all that noise to try to give someone a trip that you know is going to deliver what they want.
Yeah.